chemist, and Eleni Xanthew, a second-year MBA student, both at Stanford, are hired as summer interns for CTT. Investors in CTT include Sand Hill Road venture capitalists and the CIA's In-Q-Tel venture capital firm. Most people don't know that venture capital is supported by the CIA. Interesting. CTT's primary goal is to develop pure, highly potent, and addictive marijuana derivatives referred to as S-marijuana. This material would dominate the multi-billion-dollar global marijuana market. Very topical for this time of year. First vignette. Alex, I'm not pleased that you were asked to be the technical consultant on this project. I asked Dr. Tong about you. She said you were very untraditional, outspoken, creative, and hard-headed, and did not back down easily once you took a position. She also said you were very popular with women. Last thing I need to be is working and traveling with a young Greek man. I recently ended a long-term relationship with Nick, a Greek prince if there ever was one. I'm pissed at the Greek culture, how it coddles its men and mistreats its women. Eleni raised her voice. And who's to blame? Greek mothers, of course. They bring their sons up as princes. The sons become spoiled Allied boys. Generations of Greek mothers perpetuate this absurd cycle. Vignette. Eleni turns red and gives Alex that look that women have honed over generations. Alex thought lightning bolts were going to shoot out of her eyes and strike him blind. Alex, you know that Greek women are sheltered. I was as a young girl. I crawled out from under that rock and experienced the good and ugly. So don't treat me in a condescending way or I'll give you the evil eye. Oh shit, the evil eye. I better get that necklace with the blue stone from that Yaya gave me. Moving forward, we're on the road now, in Brazil. They headed towards Sao Paulo on the main highway. As they got close to town, they hit lights. At one of the lights, a man selling peeled oranges approached the car. Alex noticed on the other side someone hawking newspapers started towards them. Gloria immediately pulled out a pistol and pointed at the guy coming up to her door. The light changed, and she turned the car into this guy, knocked him to the ground, and accelerated through the intersection. Vignette. S-marijuana. Ernesto and Alex decided to sample the moldy marijuana, while Ito and Eleni were given the base marijuana. Alex inhaled the joint and had an almost immediate and powerful reaction, as did Ernesto. They got amazingly high sharing that one joint. The girls had mild reactions to the base marijuana. Eleni and Alex climbed the stairs and started towards their bedrooms. Alex felt very tired. He held onto the wall and then slumped to the floor. Eleni pulled Alex up and half carried him to his bed. Alex lay down and closed his eyes. His head was spinning. Peru. They passed a few pickup trucks with some rough-looking guys leaning against them. Antonio rolled through a stop sign. One of the locals yelled in Spanish, "Obedecer las leyes de tránsito." About 5 miles from the town, a pickup truck with 2 guys in the cab, one in the truck bed, started to close in on them. Looks like trouble, Antonio said. The truck pulled up parallel to their SUV, and the guy in the passenger side yelled, "Pull over," in Spanish. Antonio rolled down the window, grabbed a sawed-off shotgun, fired, hit the pickup truck's right tire. The truck lurched, skidded left, rolled over, throwing the guy in the truck bed up in the air. The truck rolled over some more and burst into flames. Antonio said in a calm voice, "You need to be prepared. Not sure if those guys picked us as a random target or were expecting us." Vignette. As Eleni was washing up, Lucy entered the bathroom, came up behind her, and kissed her neck, placing her hands on Eleni's breast. Eleni pushed Lucy away, slapped her. Lucy staggered back, blood flowing on her lower lip. Eleni then kissed Lucy, tasting blood. Alex's poem to Eleni. Eyes are the window of the soul. Do I believe it? Not totally. That is, until Eleni. With her hazel eyes. With Eleni, it became clear very early that our souls danced in other lives, fingers entwined. As love evolved, the key to her soul was on my lips. She's really hot. I did not see that at first. I wasn't looking. Then there was the tenderest of kisses, and the window through her eyes opened wide. I saw 2 bodies embracing, smiles extending to eternity. I sank into her soul, smiling, caressing her face. Vignette. Eleni flew to Athens from Andros on the first leg of her trip home. She had a 2-hour wait before a flight to JFK, which time she was going to fly on to San Francisco. She decided to do some shopping, like a lot of Greek women. As she walked to a boutique clothing store, Eleni looked up at a departures monitor and saw there was a flight leaving in an hour for Mykonos. A young couple stood near the monitor. The young man held the girl's face in his hands and gently kissed her. The smile on the girl's face was timeless. Her eyes were bright. It said it all. Eleni looked at the young couple and realized that she needed to be with Alex on Mykonos. Did it matter if there was a chance to have a long-term relationship with Alex? No, it didn't. I need to lose myself in Alex, whatever happens. I know 20 years from now, I will reflect back on this moment and break into a broad, happy smile. It will be a sustaining memory, one that I can feed off without fear of ever losing it. Lenny walked over to Aegean Airlines desk, booked a flight to Mykonos. She then reserved a room for 5 nights at the Theoxenia Hotel with 1 king-size bed. Vignette. Lenny wrote a text to Alex. I'm flying to Mykonos in 2 hours on Aegean out of Athens. I have a room for 5 nights at the Mykonos Theoxenia near Little Venice. Join me. I want to discuss your poem. It moved me more than you know. Alex wrote back, I'll be there tonight. Alex wondered why Eleni had decided to travel to Mykonos. She also said she had a room, not rooms. Was this poem that, in fact, impactful? Did he communicate things for Eleni more profoundly than he realized? Alex booked a noon flight to Athens and a seat on the 4:30 hydrofoil out of Piraeus to Mykonos. After he arrived at Eleftherios Venizelos Airport in Athens, he took the metro to Piraeus. He was delighted to see the hydrofoil and Delphini at the dock. At precisely 4:30, the Delphini slowly moved out of Piraeus harbor. Once the hydrofoil cleared the harbor, its engine was brought up to full throttle. The Delphini rose out of the water and began its hopscotch dance on the waves. The sun began to set in the west behind them. The water glittered frenetically. At around 7 o'clock, they entered Mykonos harbor. Alex texted Eleni. Should be arriving in 10 minutes. Eleni replied. I'll meet you at the hotel bar. We can walk over to the castle Panagiotidakis, watch the sunset, and go for dinner. They walked over to a casual taverna. Eleni dipped her index finger in the scotivial and offered it to Alex, who licked her finger clean. She then scooped out more scotivial, put it on the tongue, leaned over the table, and kissed Alex open mouth. Alex began to talk about their relationship. Eleni put her index finger to his lips and said, this is holiday for us. There are no commitments, no plans. Let's just be in the moment. They walked back to the hotel. Eleni excused herself and showered, applied her favorite perfume, and brushed her teeth. Eleni was wired. Her synapses were flying like a drum solo. Finally, I'm listening to my heart. What my heart is saying, rather than my overly analytical brain. I can't wait to taste Alex's kiss, to feel his naked chest pressed against my breast. Thank you.